Welcome to Research Adjacent, a fortnightly podcast which shares stories and strategies to help you thrive in a research adjacent career. And I'm your host, Sarah McLusky. Research Adjacent is about celebrating all of the amazing people who go into making research successful. In this podcast, you won't hear from researchers, but you will hear from amazing research adjacent professionals about what they do and why it makes a difference. And you won't hear much about research either, but you will hear a lot about research culture. So, first things first, what do I mean by research adjacent? Well, you know how they say that it takes a village to raise a child? Well, delivering groundbreaking and impactful research takes a village too, but usually we only hear about the researchers or the academics. I'm interested in all the other people who contribute but don't get enough credit. There isn't really a collective name for these awesome people, so I call them research adjacent. For me, research adjacent includes all the behind the scenes roles like project management, funding, legal, information management and publishing. It also includes people who get research out into the world, including research communication, public engagement and knowledge exchange. And then there are all the people who support the researchers themselves, including trainers, coaches and career specialists. Oh, and not to forget the everyday people who get involved in research that affects them personally. I call them experts by experience. Trust me, research really is a team sport. In this podcast, you'll hear from a wide range of research adjacent professionals about their jobs and their career journeys. We talk about what they actually do all day, how they got started, and the highs and lows along the way. I also give each guest a magic wand, and if only it was real, but they can wave it to make their little corner of the research adjacent world that little bit brighter. As well as hearing from research adjacent professionals, I also have some solo and guest episodes which focus on sticky situations and career conundrums that we often face. Things like finding and getting a research adjacent job, imposter syndrome, professional boundaries and resilience. So, having heard all of that, you might be wondering why I've got so much to say about this topic. Well, it's because I've been research adjacent for over 25 years myself. I did a PhD in the late 90s, which was on disease resistance in onions, if you must know, but wasn't cut out for lab life and went into science communication instead. My career has meandered over the years, and although I'm currently self-employed, I have worked for universities, science centres, museums, learned societies and education providers, always with a side of research. But what I've learned over the years is that my real passion is helping people to shine. I've spent much of my career helping researchers and research shine. Now it's time for research adjacent professionals to shine. So, if all of this sounds up your street, then you're in the right place. This podcast is for you, whether you're already research adjacent or if you're exploring what a research adjacent career might look like for you. I hope that you'll find the career stories inspirational and that you'll pick up some insights which can help you on your own career journey. You can expect a new episode every other Tuesday, so make sure that you hit subscribe in your podcast app and those new episodes will show up in your feed. If you're ready to get stuck in but don't know where to start, then head over to researchadjacent.com/quiz. Answer a few questions about what kind of research adjacent roles you're interested in, and I'll email you a list of suggested episodes to get you started. And then, of course, you can come and find me on social media. It's at researchadjacent, all one word, everywhere. And if you really want to make my day, then please tell me what you think of the podcast by sending me an email at hello@researchadjacent.com or recording a voice note. You'll find a link for that in the show notes. You could even share your favourite episode or insight on social media. This podcast is a true labour of love, and so knowing that you are out there listening really does make it all worthwhile. Listen on to hear more stories and strategies to help you thrive in your research adjacent career.